Are you also listening to music over there at the same time?
No.
This nigga just okay. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whenever this episode finds you. Welcome to the welcome. Jesus, look at that! You gotta be perfect, Michael. You gotta be perfect.
Get it together before I go get the belt, Jason. Get your intro together.
This is the Was It Good Though podcast about movies, TV shows, and you're an icon. I am one of your hosts. I am Jason.
And I am Jazz.
And this evening is a special episode of the Was It Good Though podcast. If you haven't caught on, if you haven't picked up, if you've been under some kind of rock out there in the world, or you've been dodging your daddy because he be on your ass, however that goes. Tonight we are discussing the very controversial, critically, Michael. Yes, this has been a long awaited time for this movie. I don't think I anticipated how big this was going to be, but about a month ago, I went to the Michael Jackson play, and it just kind of unlocked some memories for me personally for Michael Jackson. I was just like, you know what? I used to be like a really, really big fan of Michael. Jazz, what about you? How was your upbringing with the Jacksons on your side?
So I will say this was this is going to be one of the episodes where I do not lie about my age. So next week I'll be back to my lying, but this week I am not lying. I did grow up listening to the Jacksons and Michael. I used to dance at family events, mimicking Michael and all his moves, and I used to get it. You know, my moonwalk was, was smooth. It was a little smooth criminal. You know, it was good. So definitely had a very strong impact growing up for me.
Yeah, I think Michael Jackson is one of the most influential, like I said, celebrities, icons that we have. And of course, within this movie, it does sort of touch on that as well. But I've also heard Denzel give that advice to Michael B. Jordan as well. It's like, if they have too much access to you, why would they care to see you the next time? Like, it can't be something that's always reoccurring. You gotta give them something to miss. And I think we talk about that often as well, because we kind of talk about where, we have the conversation about today's movie stars or today's superstars, and you do have a few, but I was going to ask you, is there someone that you see, because there will never be another Michael Jackson.
This is true.
We don't have to say that, but in today's time, is there someone that you would say that's an idol that you can see out there?
Oh, somebody that's like around my age, or
it doesn't matter. If anybody you think is like, if they was to go somewhere, it would be a frenzy. Like, we got to shut this. We got to shut this down. They need some.
So, okay. So of course I would definitely say Beyonce. Mm-hmm. I would throw Janet in there as well. Mm-hmm. I guess you could throw Chris Brown in there too. And damn, because I'm trying to think of somebody that is like a singer and a performer as well.
I'm sure I could say Weeknd.
So when I think of Weeknd, I love his music, but me personally, I would not spend the money to go see him in concert, because I don't know if he puts on like a show. You have those performers I've never saw.
Show?
I've never been to a weekend show, but I have been to a Bruno Mars show. Bruno Mars puts on a show
I've
before the
seen.
Coke
I've
or
never
before too much
with the
Coke.
Coke. Yeah, it's with the
Before it
Coke.
was both nostrils. I feel like at one point it was just one nostril and he used to kill it. Now he just
I don't.
nostril and booty hole, maybe. I don't know. But I saw him before he started winning the Grammys and he puts on an amazing show. Now, if the weekend could put on like a show like Bruno, then I'm here for it because I'm definitely a fan of the weekend. But do
I'm
you
sure
have
you should.
somebody?
You should definitely. You should. I think you should probably
Have
go
you
see
seen
him.
him?
I haven't, but I do
Okay.
hear how great his shows are and what he
Okay.
puts into them.
Okay.
Definitely Drake would be up in that category for me. Kanye West is definitely
Mm.
probably he's definitely super close. I would definitely say Weekend as well. Um
No
I'm
women? Damn. You being
you
sexist
said I mean
tonight?
you said Beyonce. Rihanna.
But that's my
Rihanna. I'm
list.
I'm gonna say Rihanna. Rihanna for sure. She has the craze fans.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
seen her incidents, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um I think that's all that I would put in there. Like I said, because Rihanna and Beyonce, those are the two of the biggest names. Like just some of the stuff that they've done. Like I said, I would definitely put Bruno in
Mm-hmm.
there as well. And if I just want to throw a little white person in there, not no offense, I say Adele, because Adele when
Oh,
Adele
no,
pop
that's a good
out,
one.
shit stops.
Listen.
Niggas get out the way. Taylor Swift too. I'm gonna say Taylor Swift too. I don't, I'm not the biggest of her music, but I can acknowledge that girl is
Yeah.
doing something. Cause I didn't know she was out when I was in high school. So that was a shock to me when I found out 20 years later. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
I I'm a piggyback on you with Adele. Like, nah, Adele can drop an album every 5 years and that shit stops. So where it's just like I'm still waiting. It's like a fix. I'm like I'm waiting for my next fix. I saw where she's like in back in the studio. I'm like, about time. You and your man
Yes.
still together, so no heartbreak music. Okay, all right,
That's it.
all right.
That's what I'm gonna be curious and what she gonna be like. What is she gonna talk? Because what does an Adele happy album sound like? Is it like Mary J. Blige?
So I hate that we are drawn to their heartbreak albums because they be putting in that work when their heart is broken. But I
Mm-hmm.
want them to have peace and happiness too.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, when they heartbroken, they just like, man, I got to put this shit on wax. I be sitting here like, girl, you did that shit. You did that. I hope you get your happiness with God. I'm over here crying. Shit don't even apply to me, but it's just what they were able to put into the album. So it's just, and I love how this film was able to, we were able to get like crowd shots of how
Yes.
Michael had his impact on his fans because we're at the age to where we were able to see it live action.
Mm-hmm.
We saw this live to where people were fainting at his concerts, fainting when he would be down the street walking and people would just be around him, just somewhat smelling the same air as him, and they would just collapse.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I'm thinking, is there a celebrity out here now that has that same type of impact?
Nah, you're not gonna see anyone like that. Like I said, you go to these shows, but like just that person just changing
Yeah.
where and how they actually have to move is, I don't think it's gonna be to that degree. Like I said, you go to one of these concerts, you probably go to almost any concert and you will see people like crying
Yeah.
from different things. Like I said, the whole Beyonce thing, it was a whole movement with that. And then like I said, you seen then she filmed it and she put it in because she didn't do any videos for the last album, not the last album, but the album before. And she did a movie for it. And you go into the movie theaters and the people are in there, they're singing, they're dancing, they just, oh my God, I can't believe you just that paranoid, that parasocial relationship that people tend to have is it's a heavy one with her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now you definitely see it. But what was your with this, I get with this film here? So what was your, out of the theater reaction? Of course, to the film.
So I was smiling. I
Mm-hmm.
left the theater feeling very fulfilled. you know, and of course we've been seeing reactions online and everything like that. So with me going into this, I knew I was going to go see the movie anyway,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of what critics or anything were saying. But this, I was in there singing.
Mm-hmm.
I was, you
Same.
know, I was dancing a little bit. I got up. I was just, I ain't get up. I ain't do all of that. But if, you know, if my theater was more packed and had more like melanin in there, I think we would have been lit.
I wanted it. That was
I
as
wanted
far
that
as
experience, man.
I wanted that because I've been seeing them and I'm just like, man,
Yeah.
people singing. I'm like, I hope they be. And you will hear some people like, and I'm like, come on, just you. If you get it, I can because you can't leave. You know,
Right.
you little crack. So I said,
Listen,
no, okay, my bad.
I was in my seat. The dude beside me, a few seats down, because I think it was him and a few other people. He was having him a good time, laughing at everything, and I was just like, "Okay, I see you." And then when Thriller came on, I said, "Oh." And when they got the steps, he said, I need you to show the feet. I said, "Oh, yes, Michael, show the feet, show the feet." Like, I am just sitting there having such a great time. I'm not going to lie, I teared up. There were certain scenes that I definitely teared up because I'm just thinking how this is somebody I grew up watching and seeing this film, because I feel like the last solid Michael story we got was American Dream. I'm gonna not even acknowledge what Flex did. He needs to go to court and be prosecuted for that shit. But it's just seeing this, and I was just like, whoo. So his nephew Jaafar, and I'm saying his
Mm-hmm.
name correctly.
You are.
Oh my God. So reincarnated Michael. Like, he must have been in a mummy tomb, and they was just like, all right, so we're
A
gonna unwrap
mummy
you when we
tomb.
ready to do this movie, because sir, he spit you up and spit you out. He looked more like Michael than Michael's own kids. But
Enough.
I'm just saying. But how did this movie have you feeling at the end when the credits started rolling?
So for me, I feel like I'm still processing. I don't know how I should feel with this movie. Like I said, I, it isn't a bad film. But I feel like with someone like Michael Jackson, I think it's like so particular in how you do that. Um and them being able to stretch this from I think 60, I think it was 68, maybe 66. I think from 66 up to 88
Mm-hmm.
in this film. So you're spanning it over just like a 22-year period, and there's so many different things and moments. And my issue with One Love was I don't want it to feel like a highlight reel. Like I don't want you to highlight it, but I understand like with those moments you do have to have them. But when you look at things kind of like a Malcolm X, what's love got to do with it? Um, it's your issue that you had with Mario is probably my issue with this film. Like in certain moments, I want to rest in those moments. Like it's let this because like the scene that finally got me to tear up was the MTV scene
Mm,
where MTV didn't want to play black artists,
right.
but Michael Jackson is the reason MTV did. RIP to that because MTV don't even show music videos. But Michael Jackson made music videos a spectacle, and just him going down there and just down there with all the people in the street. And most people would be like, "Run, run, get away from this!" But he embraced that because he felt as if his fans were family, which was
Mm-hmm.
something that they talk about within here. So, like I said, stuff like that. Like I said, I there was a live performance, a live concert that I used to watch all the time. It was from '92. I think he was in Bucharest, if I'm not mistaken. But like that, you know, they have like a little hype videos for like when they go to a concert, they have like a little videos and playing and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
that video for that move that before that concert starts, I cry every time because it's just that you just see Michael Jackson just him he just the giving person he was, just everybody he was just cool with. He just out in the street just doing the regular shit like regular people, but he was he was always a spectacle from him being 5 up until he left. And like I say, it's just a talent that you probably never see again, from what he was.
Do you feel like this could have worked better if it was more so a mini series instead of being a film?
Always, you know, I'm always gonna lean toward a TV series versus, because like I said, when I look at that and look at TV, so you got the American Dream, you got the
Right.
Temptations, and you got the New Edition. I always forget about the New Edition, but I feel as if New Edition was one of the
It
better
was done
ones,
very well.
because you have 2 hours with them as kids, 2 hours with them as adults, and you're able to do so many different things with those pieces. So with this here, yes, it definitely would have benefited more from, more like that. Or like I said, I did go see the play. The play, it takes a moment in time and not the entire time. And if you like I said, if you like you said, kind of like with your Super Mario Galaxy thing, if we sit in a certain spot, then you can give us everything from within that time. Like I said, like the Victory Tour. Like I said, in here it shows us him going on to the Victory Tour with his brothers, and he's just like, you know what? Like he pretty much said, "Fuck you, Joe. Fuck you, Joseph. Fuck you, Joseph. No."
The high pitch is crazy. No, I definitely understand what you're saying. It's because I mean, it's so much that you can show us
You can.
from the Jackson Five and Michael, and it's just like I'm not mad at that, to where it's just like you wanted to sit with certain things longer. You wanted to see how it, like, let me get an extra 20 minutes of seeing how he changed MTV. Like I'll be honest, I did not know he was the first Black artist to have his music video on MTV.
Yep.
And I was just like, holy shit. And so he was just like, I love you, but try harder. Like, when Michael tell you to try harder in that voice, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You okay, Michael? Like, I'm gonna do what you say.
To an extent, he became a very, like, I'm like, I want to be respectful when I say that, but he kind of became like a passive Joe in a sense. So like when he came out, he never really was on like strong arming. Like he didn't come like a bully, but I want this. You're going to give me this, and you're not going to tell me no, because this is what I need. But he also had the thing with Michael, though. He had the work ethic to show. He also had the sales to show.
Yeah.
And I would have, like I said, and with me, with the extensive knowledge that I do have of Michael, like I said, I don't want to, because like I said, if you can go through different things, you can nitpick. But I would have loved, like I said, one thing they brought up Billy Joel as one of the artists that they were going to pull, from from
CBS.
MTV. Yeah, CBS is going to pull
Yeah.
Billy Joel. Won the Grammy in 1979, and that's what pissed Michael Jackson off. And that would have been a great time, a great moment to just see. And that's the reason that Thriller became what Thriller became, because he was like, y'all not going, because I'm a black artist, y'all gonna treat me like this. No, y'all got me fucked up. And him and Quincy Jones, they got in the studio, and you seen they created the greatest album. Um Critically acclaimed, uh selling of all time. And like I said, I that's that's not my favorite album, but it is a great album, and I know
Yeah.
why. Like that you go through that. That's I will say that's one of the perfect albums. I don't think there's a lot, but if you ever say a perfect album, I think Thriller is a perfect album. But it's still, like I said, it's not my favorite from Michael, but I do
Mm-hmm.
think that's a perfect album.
Yeah. No, I definitely see what you're saying. And I'm curious now with the film,
Hmm.
could it possibly open up doors for a mini series? Of course, not with the same cast that we currently have, but
Why not?
no, I'm just saying, like, because we haven't had anything dedicated to Michael since,
We
since
have we
the
haven't.
project we will not name. So I'm just like, okay, now with this movie, could this open up doors to get us a mini series to where it's just like, okay, let's touch on events that happen that haven't been spotlit. You know what I'm saying? To where it's just like this film, I do appreciate it because I'm just like seeing the behind the scenes of Beat It. You know, there were always conversations of Michael over here hanging out with gang members and shit like that. You know, so just to see it, it's just like, all right. So y'all, he over here teaching y'all how to dance, and y'all over here like move and move, and he was, and it, like you got gang members, like some of them probably don't caught bodies, but they looking at Michael Jackson like, oh hell yeah, we gonna be in his music video.
That nigga's a
Like
spectacle, bro.
that's what I. How many of these niggas got gang members on call, Jason?
Nigga, I would have been in that motherfucker.
Well, let me not say gang members on call. I'm sure some of them do have gang members on call, but how many of them have gang members on call and they're not in a gang?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
I would have
Michael,
been. Yeah, I would have been in there. I would have been in that motherfucker like this the whole time. Like, that's Michael.
you saw the Crip was like, can I get your autograph for my daughter? They like, nah, nigga, that's for you.
For you.
Like that is, in my opinion, an icon. Somebody that can get in different environments, be respected, and also provide that same respect. You know what I'm saying? To where it's just like he didn't down talk them. He didn't look at them as if they were less than. He looked at them as like, we have a common goal, but also a common talent. Like y'all in here dancing. He was like, what dance is that? Oh man, that's a sea walk. I feel like, let me see how I can cook with that. And so it's just it like the way that his mind just worked, and I'm just thinking about a Beat It video, and I was just like, this is cool. Like that is so dope to me. So like I want to see that kind of stuff. Like give me a mini series where I'm seeing stuff that was talked about in documentaries but not really actually illustrated or shown of him in different spaces.
Yeah. How do you feel about family members working with biopics and stories?
So I feel like a majority of the time they are not going to give you the ugly side of things. So of course, especially if it's a family member where they don't want to diminish or taint their legacy. And so it's just like, all right, can we get the full honesty? And they'd be like, oh yeah, I hear what you're asking for, but I'm going to go ahead and give you this 25% facts of positivity, and I'm going to ignore the negative shit over there. Because I mean, it's just, it's like, we want both sides because we're trying to tell a story. We're trying to tell a factual story. But when it comes to family, and if their hand is driving the vehicle, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to give you the dirty, nasty kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Of course, we do know the film was adjusted because they did have the salacious in the film, but based on legalities, on the allegations that was for Michael or against Michael Jackson, they were unable to use the for the accuser in this film. Did that take away from the experience for you?
So for me, no, because looking at the time period in which this film was focused on, I didn't go into this thinking, oh, when they gonna talk about the allegations. I wasn't looking for that. You know what I mean? And so I was looking at how Michael, you got baby Michael, then you have Michael growing into being a solo artist. Now, with the allegations, we all are aware of them, but that was not anything. I was just like, let me see what they say about it. I wasn't looking for that. So that not being included personally for me didn't take away from the film. Now, I do feel like if they decide to do a sequel, there's no way around that.
It's not.
Now, it's just one of the things to where if you want to do a sequel, you have to go ahead and swallow that very strong, thick pill and either illustrate that section of his career in a way where you might attempt to try to fluff it. I just feel like it's just when you're looking at a biopic and if you want to tell an actual story, it's
Yeah, you gotta
be
you gotta
be
you gotta get
honest
to
with your audience.
you gotta get to the ugly. You have to get to the ugly. I like so with them, if there's a sequel, because that's the rumor that this movie does. If this movie is successful, they'll give a second part. Um, does it change the way that the film should be structured? Will it be a thing of a lot of music videos, or will it be a bit a more of a serious tone type of film, like a crime drama type or type of
I
thing?
I feel like if you're going into the allegations, it needs to be full serious.
Mm,
Those like the comedic moments that was in this film worked. It wasn't too much, and I feel like the moments where they had them were
mm,
perfect. But I don't know with having those allegations where you gonna be like, okay, so where can we drop a joke? It's just like, read the room, y'all. Like, nah, let's
yeah,
this, But what you
yeah.
think?
That's what I'm over here thinking, like, how would you go into it? But then I'm thinking about, like I said, you think about the Ray, or think about, like I said, what's love got to do with it? They talked about super serious moments, or Cadillac Records. I know people may not like that as much, but they talked about those serious moments and still was able to get into the music as well. Like I said, they say that I'm pretty sure you would still have some funny stuff, because even in Ray there was some funny moments, but when we got to the serious, it was serious.
But
uh
could you say with Ray and what's love got to do with it? You had those individuals a part of those projects. Michael's not a part of this project. His
mm,
his family representing him is, so it might be kind of different. Like if he was still here, maybe.
yeah.
Actually, probably not. He probably would be like, "Don't even make this."
Yeah,
But
more than likely,
yeah,
because he in here he talked about not doing interviews in the '90s. He finally began doing interviews, but I think that was to allow people to see who he was,
right.
because of what he was being accused of back then. Like, so there's been hella documentaries and different things that's going on since that. But another serious topic, of course, within this film, Joe. Joe Jackson, which Joe was supposedly beating these kids to get the best from these kids, and of course had them. He was trying to run Michael Jackson life, um, his entire career. What
Yeah.
did you think of the performance from, of course, Coleman Domingo, but also Joe Jackson in this film?
Whew. I was curious how Coleman would portray Joe, of course, after seeing the interpretation of Joe that we got from American Dream.
Hmm.
Whew. Coleman, Lord have mercy. He did very well. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm like, sir, whew, okay. Michael, a grown man, he was like, I'm gonna beat him when he get home. Catherine was like, no, you're not. And then when he showed up, now the fact that everybody was scared of him, and this film pretty much showed you that. Michael,
Hmm.
how you gonna fire your daddy and then go back to the same house as your daddy that same night? I'm curious how he thought that was gonna work. Joe saw him in the refrigerator and rolled up on him and was like, I'm gonna put this in a frame. You can't even fire me to my face. So it's just everybody was just so scared of him. But I think what Coleman Domingo brought to this role was pure talent. Now, do you think his performance is Oscar nom worthy?
Supporting role, yeah, for sure. um, Only two movies right now that I've seen that's even in that conversation is this and the drama. So yeah,
Mm.
why not? And we're about almost halfway through the year. So far, yeah, for sure. For sure. I think it was definitely well enough in that. Also, I think the kid,
Oh my God, baby Michael,
baby Michael Julito, I think is his name, right?
Julito Val.
Juliano. Juliano Valdi. Yes,
Listen,
I think he can also get supporting as
uh,
well.
Young Prince, was rent due? And was it due every single day you went to set? Because he showed up and showed out in every scene. I said, "Oh, he is embodying
Hmm.
baby Michael." I was like, "Oh my goodness." And it's funny because I saw John, he did a review for this film and he was just like, young Michael, yeah, you did what you need to do. You showed up, young king. And I was
Yeah.
just like, he
Yeah.
definitely did. So I'm praying and hoping that we can see him in more projects because that young man is very talented.
Yeah. Yeah. He been doing like voice acting more so.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to see him in some actual projects. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
fairly new though, fairly new because he's pretty young too though. So
Yeah. He was like, what you want, Joe? I said, oh, Joe said,
yes,
get
what
my belt
Joseph?
off. What'd you think about Nia Long as Catelyn? Cat,
Man,
yes.
I I do think she probably the weakest link. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like they ain't really give no women characters no justice in this film, in my personal opinion. Um, because
I
you
mean,
think they just they gave
hey,
Latoya a scene, with the snake. Uh, yeah, you got Kathleen, or Catherine. It's
Mama
Catherine.
C, mother, mother,
Mama Jackson.
mother.
And then of course you had the original woman that sent them over to Barry Gordy as well.
You know who that was?
I uh I do, but I don't now. Like I
Wait,
know her, but I don't know. I couldn't name nothing that she was in right now because you put me on the spot.
I'm pretty sure that's LMA.
That is not LMA.
It's not. Oh shit. Okay, so it's not her.
No,
But no, her name is Laura Harry. Harry. She was in um she was in Black Klansman and she was also in Intergalactic. And
she
she
was the
was in
homegirl Intergalactic.
yeah, she was the main girl and she was in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, she was the girl. He
She
he
was in the Starling, which we did. She got a catalog.
Yeah,
Damn.
no, she was the girlfriend, and she was the girlfriend that dated Jack Harlow and White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's why he think he black.
And she was Robin Givens and that Mike.
Yeah, with Travante.
Damn, she been a lot of shit we done talked about.
Right. we should we should know her by now.
And shout out to Kat Graham. They cut her from this, but she was Diana Ross. Like certain stuff like that, I'd be wondering, like, cause that is a huge thing for him.
They cut a lot of stuff out this
They
movie from
they
what they
had
said.
they had the little Easter eggs. So you got the line, not the line original wardrobe, but you got the Wizard of Oz because that was one of
Yeah,
the he liked, but they ain't even do the Wiz. Like that's why you have to take an era and just go there with it, so that way you can talk about it, do more things. But like I said, with that, like I said, once you once you get beyond, like I said, the nitpicks and just watch the movie for what it is, I do think it is an enjoyable film, in my personal opinion.
yeah. I can see how people that are like hardcore Michael fans are
Hmm.
looking for certain events and they just like, why y'all didn't put that in there? Like why y'all skip over that? Like,
It's
oh yo, you
it's
gonna put Pepsi in there, but what about why you ain't put this in there? Like we
yeah,
done seen
it's
Pepsi already.
but
So
the Pepsi thing
you
is
get
that's almost like an absolute point for Michael because that's what
yes.
led, and they didn't even talk about that. They breeze over that. He
Listen,
the
you
pep
and the thing is, you wouldn't even know it for real unless you knew it for real. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
To where he was just like, I don't want to be on no medication, and just like this is gonna be very painful. To where that could,
They the vitiligo thing. It was a breed. They it's things that they really
yeah,
could talk about. They kind of
yeah,
breezed over it because yes, the vitiligo was a real thing and it had been affecting him as a kid.
right,
And like I said, and it started with the hands, which is why he wore the glove. Like it's just certain things like that. There's details and things that they could have put in there, but we need somebody with attention to detail and love for the character. They can be objective at the same exact time because yes, he denied the medication, but he got addicted to that medication, and that was
right.
that was one of the things in the Broadway play that they talked about. Like he needed a pill because he was always in pain.
Yeah.
But even his nephew said, he said, doing these days I be bleeding, I'm dancing, my feet be bleeding, like I'm learning this stuff and it hurts like with doing it. He said, but Michael wanted to be a perfectionist. And I do want to talk, since we here, I want to talk about the appearance because Joe had a big gaudy ass nose for him to talk about his son big
Project
nose.
projection. That's like I mean, I don't want to call it self-hate, but it teeters on that to where it's just like, okay, you're downing your child for something that he got from you. And it made him very,
Self
self-conscious.
conscious.
And the fact that you saw it, like we saw the first time where he got his nose done, but then there's a scene later on to where you saw he got it done again, but they didn't say nothing about it. To where it's like I feel like for people who were fans of Michael throughout his career, there's a lot of stuff you will pick up on. And for people that's just like, oh, I'm just here for vibes. Like, oh, he got a little bandage over his nose. Okay, that's cool. Like, nah, nigga, like that's probably his second or third time getting his nose done. And so it's just looking at stuff like that, you just like,
Yeah, that was breezing. That
yeah,
was breezing. Like I said, we wanna, like I said, you wanna highlight as opposed to breeze because he's an icon. He is a showstopper, breathtaker. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get these. So I guess within that, one of my questions for you is, what is your favorite live performance from Michael Jackson?
from the movie.
In real life. Yeah,
Okay, so, ooh, that's a really good question. So I only can think of that I actually saw on TV because I unfortunately was not able to see him live in concert. But I did
no,
in
no, no. You don't say that because Michael Jackson stopped touring in America after the Victory Tour, so it's fine. Nobody's seen the nigga in real life.
oh, Jason, what makes you think I didn't go see people internationally? Like I mean, I could
I
have
mean,
had
you
my
could have.
passport. Like,
You
what I'm saying?
could
Like,
have.
you over here trying to like limit my restrictions. Like, here go Jason. You ain't been nowhere. Like,
I
but
was just saying, shit. 84 was a long time ago. That was 42 years ago. So
84,
shit.
man, who was here? But shit, I the first thing that no, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say when they had his like anniversary concert where
That was a moment though.
it
That
was,
that
but I
was a
don't. When
moment.
James Brown came out, like I just
Yeah, that was hard too.
it
That
was
was
it
hard too.
was when you see legends on one stage and they're no longer here. It's just like, damn, my nigga.
Hmm.
Um, I guess that's the first one the only one that kind of come to mind.
I get it. That's that's
Unfortunately,
that's fair.
I mean, you got the Super Bowl, but what year did he perform the Super Bowl?
93 because it was the same year of In Living Color. Well, the year after In Living Color took all the ratings from
So
the
in
Super
Living
Bowl.
Color took the folks from the Super Bowl and they said bring Michael in next year.
They noticed how much they lost because they made a show in the halftime,
Right.
and it was like, oh no, never again,
They went straight to
Michael.
Michael. That's crazy. Shout out to In Living Color because that's huge. But yeah, I was
uh,
5 in '93, so I don't remember that. So I'm
I
just gonna
get,
say the
I,
anniversary
I
one.
get, I get it, I get it. What was your favorite performance in the movie?
Oh, so didn't he do didn't he perform because fresh out of the theater, so I'm trying to remember as much as I can. Didn't he perform Dirty Diana?
He did not.
Damn, which oh
He did
I
not.
had a concert before we recorded. Sorry.
I
wait,
wish. I wish.
wait, hold on.
You
So
may be thinking of Bad, but nah, it wasn't Dirty Diana at all. Same album that was on.
well I'll say from I don't want to say it was his last performance, but I mean that shit was lit too.
Nah, that was
I
that was
was
hard. That was hard.
yeah. I'll say that one. That was when he was in London in
Mm-hmm. 88.
1988. That was a good
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
So what was yours?
I think that was my favorite in the movie as well. Um, now uh a live performance of Michael Jackson, like for real. Like I said, that 92 Bucharest concert is amazing. Like I can watch it right now. But in '96, I think it was the History Tour. One of my favorite performances of all time with Michael Jackson is always Billie Jean, because he does the breakdown. And whenever he does the breakdown of Billie Jean, but they just he just uh, he just going, Bryce like, oh, I would feel like a female, but I was like, I know,
This
I be
nigga.
losing, I be losing it. This
Be
nigga is
screaming.
so, oh, oh, oh.
Yo.
4 count, 1, 2, 3, 4. I be like,
Listen,
man,
when you saw him like rehearsing, he's like, I'm like, go ahead, Mike, with your thick ass socks. But there was a line in here. I was just like, did Michael really say that? Where it's, and I'm paraphrasing,
the
but
Prince line.
yes. Damn, Jason, let the viewers like get anticipation. Here you go, fucking my shit up. Golly, can't have nothing around here. But he was just like, if I don't put myself where God can bless me, he's going to send it to Prince. Yo, the dude beside me busted out laughing. I said, "Nah, all right now." If there was anybody who thought maybe they didn't have beef, that line right there solidified it. Like, nah,
They
them
had,
niggas
them niggas
didn't.
had beef.
Them
That was
niggas,
that was real when they
yeah.
did the. I don't know if it was the. It wasn't the Motown, but there was a celebratory moment for James Brown, and him and Michael was on the stage dancing against each other. Um, it
Dance battle.
it Prince swung on a pole. I don't know what he thought he was gonna do, but the pole fell. The pole fell, but they say when Michael Jackson was inside the parking garage, Prince almost ran him over. Uh, with the car, like it's moments like that. It's like I don't. It's it. They didn't include it because it was a rumor. It wasn't real, or is it like if that was real? That is. I'm not salacious. Cool,
Y'all niggas
but
love
stuff like
drama,
that.
man.
That you
y'all
do
y'all
it.
just love drama, man.
Jazz, you telling me you be like Prince? How you that would have been something you would have been. He said. I'm just saying, it's some stuff. It's like, man, we got made him. Did him and Diana really have a relation? We wanted like certain shit.
All right, all right. So at this point, in my opinion, the tea doesn't need to come out. Just let that shit be in the past for real. But then the other side of me is like, but hold on, Diana, for real. Was you the Diana in the song?
Yeah,
Because he ain't
exactly.
make no other, like he could have said, dirty
Tiana, like
Denise. Like, he could have done
anything,
that. He said Diana,
anything.
sis, and y'all was out here, like, let us. But you know what? Also, like you said earlier, sometimes it's best if we as the audience we don't need to know everything. Let's have that
Mm-hmm.
mystery
Mm-hmm.
because it kind of benefits, of course, them, but also us as well. We don't need to know everything. And I hate that we live in a day and age to where people feel like, oh, I gotta let the folks know this or that. And it's just like, we don't need to know all y'all business for real. Because why? So I definitely enjoy a mystery, and that's I think one of the reasons why Michael wasn't trying to do media and interviews and stuff. He's like, give the people like a mystery. We don't have to have interviews with them. Like, it's a mystery, and I'm like, yeah. So it was. It was definitely good. Damn, my nigga said Nia was the weak link. Not even them other four brothers. Like,
Damn, I don't even know who them niggas are. They ain't even they didn't give us make sure we knew who they were to establish Jermaine, when he left the group.
I knew more about
Nothing.
Bubbles than them brothers. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I knew more about Bubbles than
I
them brothers.
them niggas are NPCs. Like I don't even, they was just there. Just that was there just to hold the stage up. They
I
did
mean, what's
good.
the
What
name?
they performed together though, you know.
No, they did very well. But the name of the movie is Michael. So there you go. But let me ask you this: with how this movie was able to spotlight his relationship with his mother.
Mm-hmm.
And so it seemed like they had a very close bond. You know, they were watching movies, you know, had a popcorn, a ice cream, and things like that. Like, how did you feel about seeing that? Because I don't recall us getting too much of just them in American Dream. And of course, American Dream had a lot of stuff featured into it. But how do you feel about what we were able to see with their relationship in this?
I definitely appreciated it because it, like I said, it does show you a different side of Michael, but also, you know, him and his mom together. And like I said, it was heartbreaking when she came to see him in the hospital. I think that was like the first time he seemed to have really been mad at her because he kind of like turned over while she was still in the room.
It's because the burnt spot was on his head, so he had to look this way. He couldn't
He
look
could
at
have
her.
he could have laid on the other side.
The TV was on that side, Jason. He was
I
watching TV.
agree.
He a
I
movie
agree.
man.
He was for to cry. He didn't want his mama to see him crying. That's what was
That's true
going
too.
on. He was done with her. Uh, well, at least for that moment there, because he was still allowing Joe to run him at that point. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
What do you
It
think?
took so I enjoyed the relationship that we saw with him and his mom in this. The fact that the fact that she even, well, he always called her mother and she always identified herself as mother. She
Mm-hmm.
never said her name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall her name being said in this movie. Honestly, like her name could have been Nia for all we know. But
Catherine.
no, I definitely appreciated us seeing that because then it saw the dynamic between his relationship with his mother and Joe. Joe was his biggest op. Like Joe was just man, was crazy. So and Nia, like Catelyn just sit. Is it Catherine?
Catherine.
Okay, I'm over here calling her Catelyn. Like that's not
Yeah.
Catelyn Stark. No, Catherine. But just to see that, and she was just like, I always thought you were special, even more special than your brothers. And I'm like, what if they heard you saying this? They're gonna feel some kind of way. Like you showing favoritism, okay. But yeah, so I wish we had Janet in this,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't take anything away. But it just seemed weird to be like, okay, you're supposed to
It
be two daughters. Like,
well, three because Reby.
oh shit. Oh, oof. Well,
Then I don't ever, they didn't really. I don't even think they even introduced Marlon, like, because after Jermaine leaves, they bring in the youngest brother into the group. They didn't,
they
they just didn't, they didn't do anything.
damn, they didn't. Yeah.
And
Oh,
them and the Motown was the first time they had gotten back together, but they just showed us Michael doing his moves. At the he because that's when he introduced the moonwalk at that point. So yeah, there was like I said, there were some moments that they could have highlighted a little bit more,
yeah.
but it is what it is. Um,
Do
with that,
you like so? Excuse me. So Joe was trying to have Michael go on this tour after his incident with Pepsi because he needed it because he over here making deals behind Michael's back with under Michael's name. I'm sitting here like, so you want him, and no disrespect to his brothers at all whatsoever, but well, this is a safe space. You want me to go on tour just so my backup singers can get a check? Is that not what that was,
no,
Jason?
they a group.
Oh, they a group.
No
Okay,
one man bigger than the group. He told them to release your name. You are no longer Michael. You are the Jacksons.
Jason. Michael said, "All right, so you guys, this is it. Turn the music down. So I'm leaving these niggas, and I'm gonna go on my tour. So y'all go buy those tickets. Say bye to my brothers. I love them. Dad, you're great. Fuck you though. And I am doing my Michael Jackson shit. And his brothers was like, oh, all right, so I just spit my entire check from this tour. Michael,
Oh
I'm gonna
God.
need some help. Right.
But he was taking care. He was taking care of them, so they would have been cool either way.
Yes, they absolutely would have been cool. Like, why are we going on a whole world tour and we're leading with my songs that I did solo? And you want me to split this? That's when you got to sit back and look at family like, all right, we cool, but
But do I really
my
fuck with
nigga.
y'all like that?
Jermaine, what you got any vocals? You gonna lay down? Like, what you doing? What you bringing to the table?
Um. So my question for you was, um, damn, I lost it.
Uh-oh.
The tour was, I lost it. I don't know.
It might come back.
It may.
But
It may.
I mean, obviously you could see how it was affecting him because Michael, you found it.
I got it. Okay, so
Okay.
Michael was like, he was the biggest celebrity in the world, but he still lived at home with his family. If you were that famous, would you have still stayed at home too?
Hell no. Nah. If I'm the biggest name in the world, all right, so that's how Jazz gonna be living. I'm gonna have me a nice little condo, 2 niggas, NDAs are gonna be signed regardless. And they're gonna make sure I got my food prep. They're gonna make sure my computer is updated so I can jump on the pod and I ain't gotta worry about no updates. They're gonna make sure my background is set. Like, that's their responsibility living in my house. And they're gonna take care of my dogs and give me dick when I want it. Like, that's what Jazz gonna be doing. I'm not living with my family. I ain't got time to see them niggas. Like, I'll go visit you. No. But see, also, another thing this movie showed you is that Michael never had a childhood. He never had a childhood. He was never able to experience that. So he started becoming famous at like the age of 8 or 10. And as soon as he started getting money, the responsibility of, kind of taking care of his family was fell on him. And he was just like, all right, so, I don't need to make friends because people are just going to want my autograph. They're not going to see me outside of being the celebrity. Mm-hmm. So let me go ahead and get some animals as friends. And it's just like, I guess. But so then it's just like having conversations. He felt more comfortable having conversations with the kids he saw at the hospital when he was doing his charity work, to where he didn't really have people around him that were kind of on the same level. Because even when he tried to do things with his brothers, they was like, man, nigga, ain't nobody playing no Twister. Like, I got hoes coming soon. Like, yo, what? So it was just like that disconnect for him. And it's very unfortunate because he didn't really have anybody around him that was kind of on his level mentally and emotionally. And it just seemed like he kind of got stuck. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I seen it. What they Peter Pan syndrome, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he was reading books a lot. The fact that he had Joe's name as Captain Hook, my nigga.
But yeah, he must have. Joseph wasn't reading because he would have read that boy. He would have really been whooping some ass.
He would have whooped Michael's ass, and he probably would have woke Michael up to a whooping. Yeah. But
it felt like he was going to say something.
No, I was just going to talk about how unfortunately he wasn't able to have a regular childhood, and his dad was just working him so much.
Which was funny. He quit. Like, he basically quit the group in the middle of them singing, working day and night. I said, oh, that's cold. That's cold.
That's the best way to leave, Jason. I said. He was like, bye, y'all. Like, he was just out of here, and Joe on the sidelines. I thought Joe was going to run up on him and hit him.
You want to be starting something? You want to be starting something? I'm out, bitch.
I was like, that's perfect. His brother's just sitting up there still singing. He was like, this is it.
Yeah, you gotta get the
But not when he asked his manager, he was like, "So this is what I need you guys to do. I need you to fire Joe. You want me to fire your daddy? Yeah. How you want me to do that? Expeditiously."
that was a nice little jump scare. Niggas in the kitchen, he turned to boom. Read that. Read it. I want you to read it.
Joe Michael, what did you not think you would see him again?
That nigga Mike, I mean, but he was like I said, he was a kid. He was stunted, so he really didn't know how to handle that. And
Right.
I almost can relate to him in a sense because he was doing stuff while in the same house and trying to hide it too. So it was just, from the surgery to the firing to wanting to move forward with his own career. And he just didn't know how to come back to Joe, who wouldn't, I mean, he really couldn't do anything
Right.
in that. And like I said, if his dad felt as if he had him locked in, I'm pretty sure whatever label he went to or whoever he wanted as management would have been able to buy Joe out. But Joe was still greedy because he had the life. Like you just a bit too greedy. Like, bro, I'm moving forward with my life. I appreciate you for helping me. Like you help beat literally this work ethic into me. Now that I have it, I'm gonna use this for good for me. You move
Yeah.
over. This is what I'm doing moving forward.
Yeah. And I don't even think it was just like being rich. I think it was just the power and the control.
Yeah.
Like he loved that. Like Michael just had a great performance, and here come Joe. Oh, here go the money making Michael doing all this. I'm just like, you causing the scene right now. Like, what you doing? Like, this is not cool. And I don't remember which brother said it. He was just like, you couldn't give him one night.
Mm.
So I mean, it was just. I'm gonna get Coleman Domingo showed his ass in this role. He did an amazing job.
He did. I was kind of nervous because I seen Color Purple, and he wasn't no. He wasn't that Mister. There was could have been Mrs. He wasn't tough. My bad. But yeah, I was nervous based on that role because I'm like, did he
Mm.
even hit the woman? Like, I know that's crazy to say, but yeah, at least in this one, he pulled that belt. He pulled that belt out. He got that belt. He got that belt and got it cracking.
Not us looking for the abuse. Yo, whoa. Oh my goodness.
I
You
mean,
got
I'm
to do
just
some editing
saying,
for this
you
episode,
got to
man.
tell the story properly. If you're gonna tell it, you got to be some. I mean, you got to whoop some ass a little
I
bit.
remember Ivy said, I thought it was gonna be a lot more beatings in this movie. I was like, no, I don't need to see Michael getting beat the whole time.
Not the
But
whole time, because I mean, it can kind of get repetitive,
right.
with that. And it was funny he had the conversation with Michael, being able to be his own man and telling people no when he needs to and saying yes. And he told him he gonna be on this tour. What? That's not how that worked, my boy. Especially after you told me, but it's like it almost felt as if they had to get into a fight though, or have this a clash in order for him to move forward though. So,
Yeah. I was
um,
just it was man.
and also because we were talking about the um, original, what was it?
The American Dream.
American Dream. Yes, yes. Um, where is it? I'm trying to pull it up.
Want the
I'm
best
sorry,
time is something.
Michael. I was gonna say, oh yeah, R.I.P. to Wylie Draper, the guy that actually played Michael Jackson in that one, because he passed away, not too long after the actual film dropped, actually. But yeah, shout out to him, R.I.P. to him. He was only 24 when he passed, but he died like the next year after this came out. So, well, after the original story
Oh
came out.
wow. Oh wow. I didn't even know that.
Hmm.
He did a great job. Because I
Yeah.
will say, like, this made me want to go back and watch American Dream. And I
Yeah.
honestly feel like you could watch both of these films, even though there are certain events that are within both, they're not the same film. Like, you get different. points in Michael's life that you can definitely enjoy. Yeah, like yes, he was a fan of animals and things like that. Bubbles was not. Wait, Bubbles wasn't in American Dream.
Was he not?
I remember he had like a bunch of animals walking around, but I don't remember it being like a monkey.
I feel like he is, but I'm not sure. But I can't, like I said, I can't
I haven't
remember.
seen it in a while.
Uh, but we can. That's a quick Google there.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, he didn't look like the Bubbles in this movie. The Bubbles in this movie, like he came straight out of daggone Planet of the Apes.
you
It was just
stupid.
like, all right, baby Caesar. He was adorable though. He was definitely adorable. So,
What was your favorite music video?
ooh, this was tough. This was tough because Michael has some heat. So I feel like the one, and I was trying to decide between Thriller or Remember the Time of which one was my favorite.
Mm.
Thriller gave me that horror element of that I love, but then you had the black Egyptian gods with Remember the Time. So I was just like, ugh, which is which? So I'm gonna stick with Remember the Time. I'm gonna go with that one. What about you?
For me, I'm going to go Smooth Criminal. Uh,
Ooh.
that was a movie. That was a video. But I really love Billie Jean too. The
Mm.
whole walking on the thing and just dancing, just him just kicking it. Yeah, that's
Here go Jason. Oh my God, there's LED lights in the sidewalk.
no, I didn't. I'm like, nigga, why can he touch things and they light up? Why can't I do it? Why can't I light shit up and I'm walking? Like that's what I wanted.
There you go.
Or how
Because
can I
that's
get to that street?
Michael.
Or how can I get to
That
that street that nigga's on? How
that's
can I
Michael.
get there?
Michael got that touch. He got that touch. But I do have a question for you.
What's up?
After watching this film, and we see that Michael was a movie fan, which three movies would you show him today if he were still alive? And of
Um,
course, the
go
three
ahead.
movies have to be movies that were released after his passing.
After his passing, Get Out, uh,
I was scared that man.
Smile 2.
What the fuck? Whoa.
I'm
Okay.
just this and you gotta be Sinners. Gotta be Sinners. Those three movies there would be the three that I would give to him. What about you?
Okay. Sinners is also on my list. And I'm going to do everything everywhere all at once.
Fire.
And I'm going to do Spider-Man into the Spideyverse.
Oh, you meant just any movie. My mind said horror because that's how his ass was watching was horror movies. Got it. Yes, no, that's a great one. That is a great movie. Across the
He
Spider
was
Verse.
a
Like that would
horror
be great.
fan. Yeah. Because he said he
Yeah,
watched Three Stooges too, I think.
he did because he
So
watched a lot of Three Stooges, Charlie Chaplin, and stuff like that. But he
yeah.
was a big movie person.
And an honorary mention I would say is Guardians of the Galaxy because I think he would appreciate the music that was played in that, and of course Rocket because he's a animal fan.
I
So
would if okay. So my honorable mention would be the Rise of the Apes because he might look at Caesar and be like, "Oh man, now by three he gonna be done." Why did you have me watch this, Jason? Why did you make me watch this, Caesar?
now,
No.
Caesar, we need you back. Come back to us, Caesar. Now I have to make a song about this. Caesar. Like, okay, Mike, I see you. No, that is hilarious. So I got another question for you.
Mhm.
Which album would you want him to perform live at a concert if he was still alive?
Man, it would have to be Thriller. If I that's not my favorite, but it would have
Mm.
to be Thriller because um Lady of My Life, uh I think that's on there. Let me make sure. It
Yeah.
might not be on there, but for sure Billie Jean is getting taken care of. But I was trying to think want to be starting something that may be on Off the Wall, which is my favorite Michael Jackson album personally. Um
Lady in My Life is on Thriller.
Okay, so let him. Okay, wanna be. Okay, yeah, no, wanna be star. I need to see wanna be star in something. Wanna be star. I just. Billie Jean. Yeah, no, that's a perfect album. I might need to stop bullshitting and make that my favorite. I might need to stop bullshitting. As I look at this, I'm like, man, because the only if you look at this, the only one you like people always talk about what would they take off, and the girl is mine is the only real answer that you would take out. But outside of that, man, this shit is slammers. What about you, Jazz? What album would you want him to perform?
I was trying to think, and I was between Dangerous or
Dangerous.
Bad. And I think I'm going to go with Dangerous because I have a lot more favorite songs on that album.
I get it. I get it.
Because, like, Heal the World, Black or White, Who Is It? Give In to Me. Now, that, like, Give In to Me is one that I absolutely love. Don't nobody really fuck with that. But, like, it's just something about that song. Like, I remember going to, like, a TGI Fridays where it was, like, nigga night. It's like niggas was like lit that night, and I'm over here jamming that song. My cousin was like, "Yo, turn that shit down. Why are you blasting Michael Jackson on the way in here?" And I was like, "I thought everybody loved Mike, but yeah, I definitely would do that in the closet jam. Why you want to trip on me?" Michael was just letting he was just
Yeah.
letting people know like all of the stuff that he was dealing with around that time because he was doing.
Yeah.
But
And I appreciate him because I know a lot of a big misconception people was he wanted to be white, but he did not want to be white at all. He was definitely for his people. I think he just wanted to fix a lot of things, and he does show that through um philanthropy because the check he received from him almost dying, he gave that to the entire fire department, not fire department, but
the
the fire
fire,
unit
yeah,
in the hospital, just to put money towards whatever they may need for those kids and the older people in that burn unit. So yeah, no, he definitely was a philanthropist for sure.
yeah. So how did you feel about what Jaafar was able to bring to this role?
100 kudos. Um, for him, for this to be his first role. I'd be listening to this guy named TJ Jackson, which I do know that's one of them. That's one of their sons. I know that now. But TJ Jackson is a good singer as well. So, this is a talented family. What Jafar brought to it was dope, and like I said, it would be interested in seeing how he would handle a more serious Michael, dealing with those allegations and how he would go about that. But from what I've seen, what I've studied, the mannerisms, the dances, I'm curious to know if they were actually singing because it felt as if, especially Juliano, that nigga, if he wasn't singing, he did some great lip syncing, but even if it wasn't the singing, the steps that both of them were doing, like it was amazing just watching them. And one thing I didn't mention was him hugging Barry Gordy. I know. Just said Joe the fuck off.
He probably got a whooping that night. What you hugging niggas
You
for?
hugging other niggas now, huh? Not your daddy. I brought you in this world.
Mm,
So what
yeah.
about for you, Jafar?
Man, listen. He stole the show for me once I started hearing him speak. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, whoa. Y'all sure it's not Michael? But nah, I completely agree with you. Like his mannerisms, the music, like everything. It perfect casting. He showed up and showed out, you know. And so congratulations to him. I They probably made him like wrapped him up in some Michael mummy paper. It was just like, all right, so 2024, we gonna let you come out. You gonna do this movie for us, and we gonna do our thing. But now he did a excellent job. Like I was just blown away, and I feel like the performance he gave us, as me being a Michael fan growing up, I was just like, he is killing this shit to where it felt like I was at a Michael show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So, and especially when he did the performance in London, where you saw, now this is the lighter Michael. super lighter. And I was just like, whoo, it was just emotions going so much. And then Thriller, that music video, I was just like, oh God, you was killing this shit, young man. Oh. Kudos to you.
Yeah, because
So
cause it was dope because coming into it, you just kind of hear the hee hee and just the different voices, the different voices and the crowd, Michael, and then of course the beginning is how it ends, and then it's him coming to the stage to perform bad, and like I said, he is lighter, in there, but he killed that man. The nigga killed that man. He did a great job. He did an amazing job. Honoring his uncle in
yeah,
this and his legacy. He definitely did a great job. I hope you do get a part two, to see how you handle those serious moments, because that's what's gonna, like I say, with what you given in this. I'm gonna keep it a bit. The script that was given in this, I think they did great with the script that was given. I just think it could have been either something with the script could have been, because it was, I think it's, for me it was just like that. Um, it's that, I think it's like that. It's like because I guess when I'm watching it, I'm just like, I want to be like, whoa, I can't believe, like, they, because I've watched him dance on the internet. Like, like when they was in the Spirit Tunnel on Jennifer Hudson show, and like the young Michael, he was in that motherfucker cutting a
he
rug.
still think rent is due, sir. What your ass doing? He in the front.
But he 12, so he could do this. So I hope we get more of him. Maybe he can be the next Miles Morales. Clearly he got a Spanish name. I'm just saying. Just gonna put it out there.
He
Just gonna put
12,
it out
Jason.
there.
No.
What? He can't. They not finna do it tomorrow.
So you think they'll do it within the next 3 years?
Probably. And if not, next 5. Shit, he
Oh
12.
God, we at war. We ain't got time to be waiting 5 years for that movie. No.
I'm a live action Miles. It gotta happen at some
I'm not,
point.
Jason. I don't want to wait 5 years. I don't. Like, what the fuck? Like, man, listen. Be 64. We finally got Miles. Like, anyway. And he was also Michael. Like, ain't nobody got time for that.
I know him from. He was in Michael first.
Link of Thrones. Like, I'll be sick. I'll be so pissed. But no, he did a great job.
He did. I'm like I said, with them, they Michael. I think with what everybody was given, I believe everybody did a great job. Did you see your boy Quincy?
Yeah. Who?
Quincy Jones.
Yeah, I saw Nathan ass up in there. I seen Nathan ass up in there. Michael, stop moving your feet. All right, Nathan. I see that you doing your
with
thing.
that. At some point, I want them to be like, you know what? No, he need to do what he need to do, because it's. But I guess him singing, it wasn't projecting the way it needed to be, possibly. So
that seemed like a very important detail. The fact
mm-hmm.
that he was doing it. So I like, and then he had to get out of that habit.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely enjoyed that. It was good to see Lorenz Tate and Nia Long in a project, even though they were not on set together.
Mm-hmm.
They probably crossed paths.
Wait, they said that?
What?
They weren't on set together.
I didn't see. They weren't in the scene together.
I think they weren't in the scene at the the Motown reunion, because that's
possibly. No, you're right. You're right, because when they were in the same room and Joe felt the need to act a damn fool.
Yeah, because I was shocked, like, where the fuck did this nigga come from?
Okay, so that might have been the only scene that they was in together.
Yeah,
just
it wasn't
if they would have dropped the Love Jones quote,
Jazz, get the fuck.
My bad. We can't have everything, I guess.
Did you have any other scene in here that you wanted to go into?
I feel like I do want to. Oh, I got a question for you. So you're in the studio. Whose session would you rather be in? Michael or Princess?
Prince might not even let us in his shit.
You have access, so it doesn't matter. you can get in there.
I probably want to see a Prince section. I've known so much, or know a lot about. I don't know it all, but I know a lot about Michael. So maybe a Prince session. that'll be interesting because I didn't really get into him until later.
Mm-hmm.
And I did love them using his song at the end of Stranger Things. I think that was super dope. What about you, Jazz? Whose
Probably only
studio session you going into?
probably only dope thing from that season. But
They
I'm
had
going. I got.
they had Rockin' Robin in the beginning of the season. So
Hmm, I'm gonna go with. Oh, I'm gonna go with Michael, even though I feel like Prince is gonna be interesting because he's a fellow Gemini, so he gonna be trying to throw some shade in there. I'm be like, I ain't gonna be able to try to get my jokes off. I'm like, nah, he gonna take that shit too serious, and I ain't got time to get kicked out.
they say he got
Michael's
they say he got a lot of jokes too. Prince.
anyway, no Prince just seemed like his joke. He mean his shit. You know how you be with somebody that's like you, they don't mean they jokes. Prince jokes, he's being like for real.
Sharp, sharp, punching on you. Oh, damn, nigga, I thought it was cool.
Like an arrow. Like, nah, nigga, we not that cool. I don't even know why you in my session. It's just like, I want to bet. Damn. But nah,
um, funny two things I did want to bring up too. Two, one, Prince did pass away this week, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna
his
say like
anniversary.
his anniversary of his death was this week, so RIP to the legend. In that, but also Chris Brown and Usher, which are of course Michael Jackson tutelage, are going on tour. It's funny all these things happen within the same week, which of course their sales or the kick off the pre-sale for the actual concert happened this week. So that's just funny that it happened that way. But yeah,
Them niggas know what they be doing.
yeah, yeah.
I
He
didn't
got
see how much those tickets were.
I did. I wanna see they need to have a
How much
Michael
are
Jackson set. They weren't terrible. It's coming to Tampa. They had to add an extra date to it. So they got two shows at the at Raymond James. If you want to go, I want to say like I've seen some for like 200. I didn't. They weren't they weren't
That's not
crazy
bad.
for Michael for them too because they're selling out. It's one of them the one of ones. Like if you got to be there type of thing. So they definitely should do some type of Michael Jackson tribute because they'll never allow Chris to do it where he needs to do it. But that's because Chris, you have a lot of not even allegations, my boy. You fucked up a lot. But if you're gonna do it on that tour, you and Usher, I think that's something that y'all could do together because Usher did it with Michael Jackson. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like somebody told me they're coming to Tampa in December.
they are.
So,
Because I thought about that was on my list of places to go to the concert.
mm,
And I was gonna hit you up, but I ended up picking a different place. So, but yeah,
I understand.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I have to look at it. But because I was going to try to see Neo, but Neo's coming the same week as DreamCon and J. Cole
Hey,
like the next day after that. So I was just like, man,
yeah,
we at war.
it's a
We
lot
at
of
war.
it's a lot of things going on right now that need a
Right.
lot of money to go
Right.
do it. So yeah,
Y'all please be sure to subscribe to my Only Toes. Shit, I gotta pay bills. And the pod. Subscribe to that too. But was there any other scenes that you wanted to discuss from this film?
no, man, I don't think so. I don't think so. But of course, the reason that we are here was it good though, Jazz? We're gonna kick this off with you.
I'm gonna say yes. I had a good time with this film. I was in there cheering. Excuse me. I was in there tearing up and cheering. It did have its issues, but nothing that took away from it for me. And I have been listening to MJ ever since I left the theater. So, Jason, was it good though?
It was. It was. Like I said, I had my issues. Like I said, I had my little nitpicks, my little gripes, which I typically don't. But when it comes to a biopic of the icon, the legend, Michael Jackson, I just want that to be well received by people. Fuck the critics, which we are, but fuck the critics out there because I have seen.
We can say that because we are critics. Like, yo, y'all got this wrong. 27%? Get the fuck out of
it's up
here.
now to 35, but it's one of them situations where the people and the critics are not on the same page at all. Because right now, I think Rotten Tomatoes have it at 95%, which is allegedly the highest rated audience for a biopic. So yeah, yeah, it's definitely. I, I I think Ivy he was saying. I think this is dependent upon your relationship with Michael Jackson. I'm gonna say it, Michael Jordan. Your relationship with Michael Jackson
Michael
will
Jordan choking
determine
niggas out here today. You like, ugh.
depending on how you feel about it. But yeah, man, definitely go out, support, go and see the movie, take your family, take the kids, everybody. This is a film for the family, so everybody can enjoy it. I don't remember any much cursing besides Joe, but outside of that, man, go out there and enjoy this, man. I think this is
These these parents today probably cuss at their kids a hell of a lot more than what Joe was doing in this movie to Michael. But let me ask you this: is this a top 10 biopic?
top 10. It would have to be because I can't recall too many. If I'm
Mm-hmm.
just thinking off the top of my head, you got Malcolm X, Ali, What's Love Got to Do with It,
Ray Charles.
Ray, Compton, which is NWA, Rustin. I really enjoyed that one.
Mm, yeah.
Personally, and like I said, with this, yeah, I think it would make it would probably make my top 10. What about for you?
Possibly. I would because I don't think about like biopics or where I would rate them, but I do feel like there's a lot of biopics I have not seen. I feel like we
Same.
always go to those top fives, but it's just like there's a lot of biopics out there of stories. You got Shirley, which is Regina King.
I
Like
hadn't
that one,
seen it.
that one's good. That's on Netflix. And then you also have Madam CJ Walker. So it's just so many different biopics
I
out
have
here
seen that
of
one.
people.
Ma Rainey.
But
I didn't watch One
yeah,
Night in Miami. I think that was fictional.
it's
That,
good
that was that was that
too.
was fictional, right? I don't think that was
No,
real.
it was based on true events.
Okay, got you. So yeah, I figured.
So, but
So
I
yeah,
don't know if I would call that necessarily a biopic
that's a,
because it was for it.
but a bio. I mean, but for me, I mean, so when I look at a biopic, it's of course it's a moment, just like Selma, with Martin Luther King. Like I think that was a good one. It doesn't go through an entire 2 minutes. I actually went to Selma last year. What you got?
But isn't a biopic like a biography of an individual?
Um.
Because I wouldn't call the movie Panther a biopic, even though it was based off of the events of like the Black Panthers.
Oh, I never seen that. Okay, so
Okay.
Judas and the Black Messiah. It's a bio. It's Oppenheimer.
Oh, you bringing white people in this?
I'm just my bad.
I'm like,
But I'm just saying,
that's like throwing the Titanic in there. It's like, what a Titanic.
bruh, I always thought that was a biopic.
Man, we do. There was nobody named Rose and Jack out there. I mean, it could have been, but
Nigga, I was in 10th grade, confused. I said, nigga, what?
he just hit once and died for her.
No, it
Nigga,
wasn't. I said, you telling me
wouldn't be
she so,
me.
so you telling me she ain't thrown it in the river, thrown it in the water for real. She did throw it out there. That wasn't real.
That diamond was make believe.
I know Rose died, but
Imagine
shit.
struggling and you got that shit in your safe at the house. Just like, oh, but Jack gave it to me. But we check the check living.
Yeah, people do that. People will do that. Man, I turn that
Yeah.
bitch in quick. I'm rich, nigga. This came from
Listen,
this is the eye of Tafiti, whatever the fuck they were saying on Moana. It
I'll be
came
the
from
one to be
that.
like, arrest her. She stole my shit. No, but I mean, possibly. I would have to think about it. I would have to think
Yeah,
about like
yeah.
biopics and where I would put this. But if
That
it's
was
not in my top 10, it's in my top 15.
that was the other one with the I can't think of what it's called. Do you consider um it Taraji P?
Acrimony is not a biopic. No.
I was gonna say
You
I
do
could do
not know
bad
how
by
she
my.
got on that
I
boat.
was gonna say I could do bad by myself. No, 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 no. What's that? Damn, she was
Hidden
she
Figures.
Hidden Figures. Did you consider
That
you consider that?
so possibly because it was based off of the three women that worked at NASA.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, we got the one with Glenn Powell and
oh, Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan
Yeah.
Majors. We got that.
It's a lot out
It's a
there.
lot. It's a lot. It's a lot out there. What? Halle Berry.
Monsters Ball is not a biopic. You Dorothy Dandridge.
Dorothy Dandridge.
And then you
Yeah.
also have Andra Day because she did
Yes. 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 Yes.
she did oh what's my girl? Oh
You got
Billie Holiday.
Yeah, and then you got
She should have won that Oscar because she did an amazing job in that role. But you know, they
who's
don't be trying to give.
you got your boy. He did Tyson. Um,
That was a series. So
I mean, you
I
know,
a bio a bio series versus you know
here you go. Here you
oh
go.
my bad
Here you
semantics
go.
my bad let me hit
Yeah.
here I go over here trying to keep a black man from getting his
Because
kudos.
Temptations is up there. Because I'm like, you're not. Oh fuck! I always forget. You're not gonna put Temptations in there, right?
Temptations. I would
Yeah.
put Temptations in there, but I wouldn't put Five Heartbeats in there unless you're talking about Five Heartbeats based off the Dales.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
So
I wouldn't put Five Heartbeats. Temptations for sure, though.
yeah,
Temptations for
because
sure.
I mean David Ruff, man, listen, ain't nobody here to see you, Otis.
I
Like,
know
oh,
you want to leave
but I
me.
refuse to let you
They
go.
went by Gladys Knight was in his. Let's just quick, just quick.
I feel like Michael's story definitely deserves to be a series than a film, but I think this film did a very good job with what they
What
were
they?
showing
Yeah,
us.
yeah, for sure,
So
for sure. No complaints. No complaints.
yeah.
Did you want to do Link of Thrones? You want to leave it?
Let's do it
I'm with
because
it.
there was a lot of talent in this movie. If my mouse decides it wants to work, it does not want to work. Do you have your Link of Thrones
I
available?
I did, but I don't
Okay.
now. Hold on, let me see. There we go. I'm gonna go with Liv Simone. She was in Raising Canaan as Aisha. Mm, mm, mm,
Wow.
mm, 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 mm.
Okay. Wait, Gladys Knight. Where was she? Oh, because she was performing on
And
stage.
he was starstruck, and Joe like, no, get your ass on that stage.
I mean, you listen, sometimes your daddy need to put you back in check. Like, don't look at these hoes.
Nah,
Stage.
he should let them look at the hoes.
Then he would have been like a new edition. Now here going crazy. Nope. I will go with, let's see, who's my person going to be? Oh, I'm going to go with Lorenz Tate, who was Barry Gordy, and he was in Crash. Damn,
Oh
he was in
shit,
Ray too.
he died, right? He died in the
Spoiler
movie.
alert. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm over thinking like, wait, who the fuck was? Oh yeah, he was. Yeah. I remember.
that
I
was
remember.
Ludacris' brother in that. Lorenz
Sandra
Tate was
Bullock.
good. Yep, she was scared of the blacks, but that's your girl.
Hey man, it's a movie. That's a movie. It's a movie. All good. All
Oh,
good.
well, she said, "Look, y'all need to
Oh
be cool with AI."
yeah,
People
yeah.
killing her for that.
At some point, people got to embrace it because it's getting used, regardless of you know want to or not. It's getting used, man. You googling shit, it's popping up. You ain't not you're not googling things, but yeah, man. This is episode 203. Michael, we got to talk about the big picture that is out right now. Again, of course, we have a few side quests out there. You're gonna check out the Invincible. I see the season finale, The Boys, episode 4 review is out there. We're about to kick up Euphoria here soon, so you'll be able to check out episode 1 through 3 of those. And of course, last week we got to discuss Super Mario Galaxy. I'm pretty sure Michael loved that because he loved games. So definitely check out that as well. What you got, Jazz?
I was like, Michael, who? You talking about Jackson? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Jedi Mike. My bad. My bad.
No, not him.
Read
not
the room, Jazz. My bad. My bad.
You got anything to say, Jazz?
No, definitely thank you so much for everybody who listens and watches, that comments. You know, we definitely comment back as well. So you ain't about to bully us in the comments, nigga.
Nah, I'm in the motherfucker. Hold on, you said what?
Listen, I be in there like this. But no, it's definitely appreciate everybody. And of course, we are on our road to 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube. So please be sure to like, subscribe, share. You know, me and Jason with this podcast built this from scratch. And we're excited to see where it goes. We are heading to year 4, and May is going to be a very interesting month.
It shall be.
So I am excited.
It is. But again, this is the Was It Good Though podcast about movies and TV shows. I am one of the hosts. I am Jason.
I am Jazz.
And until next time,
cheers.